Know if you, I think you like to stand, but this is your chair in case you want to sit there. Okay, I got 2 waters coming. Three waters.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's feeling well and as best as they can as far as health. And what I'm going to tell you and what I'm going to reveal to you is a secret that most of us have not, especially in the Afro-American community. This is a PLIM Preparedness, and I'm going to tell you about something that's very simple, that's been going on under your nose, but you know, we're the last to know and the first to go, as they always say, being African Americans. But we are in a quandary, and we're in a, should I say, a paradigm shift that's taking place throughout the world today. And it's already taking place in the so-called BRICS nations. That's B-R-I-C-S. The B is for Brazil, the I is for India, C is for China, R is for Russia, and the S is for South Africa. Those countries have decided to set up their own financial system independently of what we call the white European or the Anglo-American. Those are the power brokers that have been power brokers for the last 500 years that have brought us here and actually literally control the world financially. Well, that system that they have is actually broken down, and the should I say, those of color, especially the Chinese, Russians, and etc., they decided to move into silver and gold. Now, I'm going to tell you something today. When we started this about 10 years ago, everybody was in real estate. We told you that that was a boom caused by the Federal Reserve lowering interest rates to zero and giving loans, no-doc loans. Anybody could get a loan. We say all this is a game because the people at the top was going to get out. They're going to get out early, and they're going to leave all of us holding what? The bag. And we begged people, and they had bought real estate in Englewood for $500,000. I said, listen, man, do the math. Nobody in Englewood, if you take out a loan for $500,000, you got to have at least $4 grand to finance the thing, to service the loan. Nobody in Englewood can throw $1,000 a month rent. I said, those people taking their money, they're going to cut out, and they're going to leave you holding the bank. Because when this thing crashed, you owe the bank $400,000 in money, because they didn't got their money ran. Wall Street, you know, this guy's Paulson, who was the Secretary of Treasury, he made $800 million. Let's say $1 billion. He had legacy money. You know what legacy money is? That's for generations and generations and generations. They come in here and they ain't got to worry about nothing. So what happened was we were taken advantage of again because of a lack of knowledge. And even the pastors got involved in the shenanigans. Not understanding, and some of them even mortgaged their church. And many churches in the city of Chicago today are in foreclosure. You'll be surprised at some of these black churches, they're in foreclosure. We told them what they need to do and how to move out of this tithing type thing and move into a business type environment. That's the only way. You live in a capitalist system here. And that means you have to have capital, or you got to have something, even if you're in a socialist system. I don't care what kind of system you got. You got to have some kind of thing to be able to make some money, to generate some revenue and jobs for ourselves. And we woke up late, and that's why we stuck with most of these houses on the south side. Or should I say, most of them, quite a bit of them underwater, because people did not understand how to play the game. Let me say this. There's a guy from Jordan, a friend of ours. He used to cut my hair a few times, and I asked him, he was talking about, well, I got, he was up in north there, and he was telling me, he said, well, I got a house, no, so it's 2-flat. He said it's worth about, $700,000. I got $400,000 in equity. And I said, oh, you got $400,000 in equity? I said, well, you won't have a loan. He grabbed me, he said, what you talking about? I said, you won't have a loan. He said, I got a credit line. I said, for now you have the credit line. He said, what are you talking about? I said, if that loan was to drop, say, a quarter, 25%, you would only have a $300,000 credit loan. As the value of the real estate, the collateral comes down in value. That means your equity is locked out. So he said, well, he thought about it. He said, well, what should I do? I said, well, I don't know. If I was you, I could tell you how to do it, but I don't know if you know how to do it. He said, what would you do? I said, take every penny out of the bank right now. Get you a loan, put it in the bank. Hold it in the bank and continue to make the loans. He was one of the few individuals that did exactly what I told. Well, he cut out and went back to Jordan, knowing they were coming to collapse. And see, he left here with $400,000 cash. Because people didn't know, when you got the equity in a house, as long as the house maintains its value, because remember, 95% of, I'd say 95% of the middle class, black, white, or their nest egg is in their what?
House.
It's in their house. And they knew that. See, the bankers knew that. They said, we got to figure out how to get this money out of these people. And they played the game of pumping up the real estate, knowing that you was going to go out and do what? Buy something. Buy me a Lexus, I'm going to buy this and this. And as a result, the stuff fell in on them. And the people that got the money, they didn't cut out. So we're left with a huge amount of debt.
They still there and still stealing.
That's the whole point. That's legalized stealing. Now, homie goes in over here to a basket robbing, shoot the man and get $200. They give him 30 years. See, but Paulson got $800 million and he's still walking free. He's flying around private jets. He's talking to the captains of industry.
So they're like transfer of wealth.
That's a huge transfer of wealth. So the point is, how do you get this back? Now there is another transfer of wealth coming, and that is the dollar that you have in your pocket. The way you offset it, I'm gonna show you how to hedge it, and you hedge it by buying these silver coins. Now the only real money you got right now, the U.S. Mint makes what they call silver eagles. And right now, one of these silver eagles right now, this is only real money, it's silver eagles.
It's only real money.
See, and this costs right now $30. Right now, $31. Now, at one time it was $60. And you wait till a silver get to $400 or $500, you won't be able to eat if you ain't got one of these.
Right.
And not only that, real estate gonna get so dirt cheap again. And who do you think gonna come in and buy the pennies on the dollar? Now you got the big bull on the south side is the University of Chicago. They plan. I'm gonna tell you what the plan is. When everything crash here, they're gonna buy everything up for 10 cents on the dollar. And tell you know what? Y'all got to what?
Go.
You got to go. Because I'm gonna raise rent so high that you can't hang. Unless you're able to offset it and beat them at the game. Say, okay, I know what the game is. Then you start buying the silver. Because even now, even if you invest now $30, $100, $1,000, we're talking about 10 times. There's a lot of money to be made between now and the end. And what you do, you maintain your purchasing power. That's the most important thing. We told people to buy gold at $300, $400. Everybody was in real estate. I said, you don't know the name of the game. They're finna flip it. They're finna flip the script. So they're able to flip the script whenever they can. You just gotta think like them, understand the system. It's just like if you playing baseball or football. First thing you gotta do is know the rules.
That's right.
You know you can't run out of bounds and run down and get run out of bounds and catch a ball and run down to the touchdown. That's how you ain't playing by what? There are rules to be played, and you can use them to your advantage if you have knowledge. Now, what they're doing, let me tell you what they're doing now. Cause I'll move real quick. When the real estate crashed, everything in Wall Street, everything crashed. It crashed. The big boys got out. They was out. Okay, what happened? The average individual, they fled to $400 to $500 billion was taken out all the mutual funds. Everybody, all these white people that had the 401ks and IRAs, they cashed out, and they haven't been back in the market since. So the money changes, and the devil said, you know what? You gotta get this money back from these people. So what they do? They jack the stock market up to what? 14,000. Hit new records. Everybody said, I think I better go back into the market.
Back in.
See, don't understand the name of the what? That's a head fake. See, what you should be doing is buying this now.
Right.
While they knocking gold and silver down. Because the folks said, I ain't buying that because that's going down. I said, you don't understand the game. If you had got in real estate back in 2000 and got out of 2005 and 6, you'd been okay. But most people didn't understand what was taking place and how to use these things, because there are cycles in operation, and there are things that we have to understand. Now, there's a lot of things we can't control. You can't control the national debt, you can't control that, but there are certain things that you can do with no money you got. Be able to put it aside and buy. For instance, one silver quarter costs $6. It's called junk silver, 1964 quarters. We don't have any more of those quarters. But I have them when some of mine say about it, but there are quarters. I can take one quarter, 25 cents, and buy me a gallon and a half of gas right now. So the people need to say, you know what, you need to take all your savings, anything you got other than your emergency money, and put it in this stuff, put it in the same place. And when this stuff crashes, you go back and start doing the same thing they doing, buying prime real estate again. That's the only way you'll be able to survive. Because what they intended to do, when they crashed this system, I'm going to show you what happened on February 11th. I'll bring it up in a minute. Before Chavez died, he devalued the bolivar, which is their currency, 46%. 1 weekend. That means if you had, that's 50%. If you had $5,000 in the bank, you lost $2,500. If you had $1 million in the bank down there, next thing you know, you lost $500,000. You ain't done nothing to do nothing. It wasn't even your what. It wasn't that you invested in anything, but you just lost all that money. And see, remember, as we get started here, you have to understand the name of the game and realize that it's knowledge and wisdom. And let me say this and moving on. The French just went into Mali. Why are they going to Mali? Formerly known as the French Sudan, I think it is. Why are they going into there? Sending troops in America said, yeah, we're going in there. Because they say it's a revolt. Well, they didn't tell you that Mali, get this, produces 50 tons of gold. Now, does that explain anything?
Yep, that's why they go.
That's it. They said, listen, y'all ain't doing nothing. We get this gold. And you're going to work for us as we tell you. And we give you a little taste.
Right.
That's how that goes. So that's the reason why they went to Mali. Because they want to make sure that this guy, that one of the rebels said, well, we're going to throw him out, and then we're going to sit up out and say, no, you ain't throwing us out of here. Because we got our gold. So that's why they know that's 50 tons of gold that they get out of their year. So you can see the rate is continually what? Going on, and people do not know how to free themselves from this situation. And there are ways to do it, but it requires some type of wisdom and knowledge. And that's why we don't have the churches have not informed the people of what they should be doing. Now they deep in debt, and they feel that they can live off the people instead of generate some type of what? Businesses. See, this stuff is a joke. It shows you the profound ignorance. So let us begin here. So this is the PLIM Financial Preparedness, March 8th here. And the point is, can you connect the dots? This is financial preparedness. Listen, I'm going to say this. In the Depression of 1929, there were 10,000 millionaires made. In fact, in 1908, when Madame C.J. Walker started her business, that was a mini depression. And she went out and became the first what? So because everything collapsed, the Chinese word for danger, in other words, is opportunity. I'm looking at, the real estate collapse, what can I buy? Can I buy prime real estate or near prime real estate? That's how you have to start thinking. Instead of fearing something, you say, wait a minute. It's like I heard this one guy say, this one white guy, very wealthy Wall Street, he said, listen, before Obama gets out there, I'm going to make me some money. See, that's what he's thinking, because whatever happens, there's always two sides to what? To a coin. Okay, let us begin this discussion. So here's the sit down. Welcome. We want to thank you for coming out. Special thanks to John Porter and Bronzeville Information Center. I want to say this. I want to give an announcement. Chicago Resource Expo is a gold and silver platinum natural resource mining. April 26th, Friday. I'm going to be on a panel there. I'm the first African American there. They've been doing this for over, what, 35 years? Now, this is mining stuff. And see, and most blacks say, I don't know nothing about mining. I don't care nothing about mining. Like my dad said, I don't want to go to Africa. I said, Daddy, they don't care whether you go to Africa. What do you think them white folks went over there?
I know somebody that has gold. They have gold conversations, a conference about gold conversations, and it's all African Americans. It's all of them understanding about gold and silver.
They are the few. They are the few that we have. They may be here. They're doing good. I encourage you. So I'm on this panel, and we tell people that's gold and silver. There's all types of things that you can do now to prepare yourself. So when this thing does kind of bottom out, that you can have an opportunity. So like we tell people, they say, buy real estate. I said, listen, put your money in silver and wait. This stuff is going to fall flatter than a friend. And I'm going to tell you, these people are going to buy this stuff 10 cents on a dollar. Mark my words, 10 cents on a dollar. A lot of this prime real estate is going to be locked up. When the thing fell in 09, you'd be surprised that these white people that bought up nice